It is June 6, 2016. Watching TOSRV Luck Video Live, TOSRV West, Part 2, Tilts Edition. Would this be a tasty lick?
It's pretty tasty that those dings are.
We're gonna lift off?
Yeah. Pull off.
Howdy, howdy. Y2K checking in with me as always, Patch 406. What up, brah?
Aloha.
All right, let's get right into it. We got tilts, of course.
Yes, the best. Everybody loves tilts.
My honorable mention, usually what I do on my cycling computers, I cleared out double zeros all the way across on day one. I've got two. So you can clear like the first one and keep the running total on the second one.
Oh.
I didn't do that. All I had was my one running total. So started day two. The checklist we had of where we were going to be, it was by total. And
I was two was stupid. I don't know why they do it like that.
I was a little bit ahead. I was about a mile ahead. And when I first started the day, I thought, well, that'll be good because I'll be a mile ahead, and then I'll get there before I should. But no, the thinking was totally backwards. I would get there about a mile or two after. So
gross.
I was looking for stops like 164, and I hit 160. You know, I'd really look ahead while there's 10 to go, 5 to go, 1. You know, and I'm looking just like watching the clock at school.
Exactly.
Which is terrible. It makes for a terrible day. But so I would get there, and then I realized, oh no, I'm a mile ahead. Then I'd go another mile, and then we still wouldn't be there. And that was that was just kind of messes with your head.
Nice about that ride is they were pretty accurate. Like
they were.
Other one we did. I remember one time it said breakfast was going to be like 35 miles, and it was like at 43. I mean, it was
way off,
insanely off.
This one they were fine. It was kind of just user error on my part, but so just little makes no mention.
I really only have one well, I actually got you. One of them is allergies. My allergies are killing me, so I'm constantly picking my nose. I apologize. Sneezing a lot, itchy eyes. Getting up around a lot of dust, so that was bad. My second one was the heat. Yesterday actually when we came into town on the bank thermometer, it said 96.
That's pretty warm.
The problem with that is, you sweat, but you don't really notice it. So you gotta like spray yourself down, so you're always kind of constantly wet. And then when you do get to take a hobo shower, this is what I hate. You kind of like get water on your face and it just tastes salty. It's the worst.
You gotta get that out right away.
Yes, get that salt. Oh, it's gross.
But you gotta have the hobo shower though, because the alternative is you start eating or whatever, then you get that taste. You gotta get that out.
Yeah, you do. That's
you gotta get the poison out. I got another honorable mention. I don't know if this one, this will make your list, but into day one, we get there. There's only 100 riders, so they do a lot of stuff. You know, kind of you wait for everybody to get there. So we got there, had to wait for dinner, we ate dinner. Then we're getting ready to go to the hotel. We're just in our gear, just super sweaty. Pants are all sweaty and wet. Feels like you got a wet diaper on.
Always wearing the wet diaper.
And I went to talk to the guy about something, you know, I think we asked if we could leave our bikes there. And he said, yeah, we're getting ready to do a drawing. Only 100 people, you know, he's got all this stuff. Odds are pretty good. I love a drawing. So you
bitched a lot about the drawing.
So we hung around. He threatened to start it. After maybe 20 minutes, he did start it. We made a couple bets.
He'd give one away, then he'd thank somebody for 5 minutes, then give another terrible prize away. None of them were worth winning. Best part of that by far.
I hope the tosser guys, hey, you guys did a great job. You know.
Yeah. Best part of it though,
we just love to complain, so don't worry about it.
There was a nice like framed picture, and some bitch fell and exploded. Like the frame, you know, black glass is broken. That was the big prize. They just ate shit right on the ground.
Anyway, we finally won a prize, and it was a freaking banana holder. Oh,
I've seen those? They're stupid. They're the first time you see them, they're not even really close to funny, but you can see where some donk would think it's hilarious.
Take it to lunch.
Oh, yeah. So we got 2 of those.
Any-
Put those in a prize pack if you want to.
Yeah.
Got a matching set.
I think we
Purple.
owe Eden a prize pack. She's definitely getting one of those. You got any more honorable mentions?
No.
My number 3 is my ass chaps. Just, I had a real bad saddle sore last year doing STP, and I pretty much solved the game. I just, I'm a very masculine guy, got a lot of hair growing on my body. I just had a little too much hair downstairs. Trimmed that down.
Yeah.
Solved the game. No more saddle sores.
That's good.
But so I did that earlier in the week, and then I thought, well, if the trimmer works good,
Yeah.
it would work great. It's just taking this razor that's in the shower, just really, really getting that area that you're going to be sitting on nice and smooth.
Yikes.
No, razor burned it.
Oh, yeah. You know
So I started the ride with the razor burn. And then as I rode a little bit, it just got irritated. As I lubed up, it just burned real good. But end result, it's not too bad. But it was a little tilty throughout the ride.
I guess I got one more injury related. Yeah, I mean, obviously your ass hurts. It's terrible. Skin problems are... One thing you don't realize is how long you're putting pressure. I mean, not just your ass, but your hands. Like I'm really fighting this ulnar neuropathy, right? So like this, my pinky and half of my ring finger just almost totally numb still.
Good tingles.
So they're not the good tingles either. And I got a little, actually it's real sore on the right. So it's kind of like hypersensitive, but pins and needles feeling. Kind of get those in my big toes last night. They didn't, worse if, you can get your dick to go to sleep for like a long time if you're not careful.
Yeah.
You got to get out of the saddle, get off that pudendal nerve. But
Yeah.
those different areas, different neuropraxis you give yourself, not good.
Number three? Your 3.
Oh, my 3. My 3 really should be my number 1, which is waiting for Ken to take shits. Wow. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, plug in 15 to 30 minutes, like 7 or 8 times a day.
Yeah, I didn't start out, didn't start the day right. And after the first break, it didn't feel quite right, but it was just a lot of min caches throughout the day. Never really made it into the big money.
And the cycling equipment is not easy to get. You wear these stupid kind of bib things like overalls. You got to take your shirt off, take that off to get everything down. And
I got stuff in my back pocket, so when I take it off, I got to be I'm real paranoid about stuff falling out of my pocket in the toilet.
Like taking a leak is kind of, you can kind of really muscle it out and get that without doing too much.
Yeah, you can get the loaf out. But
if you need to drop anchor, it's a production. Look
at this dirt devil out here. That's
a beauty.
I finally on day 2 I found a Taco Bell. It was breakfast time. No one in there. Straight in, a private bathroom, locked it behind me. Smelled great in there. They just cleaned real good, pleasant smell. Really moved some good material. So that was day 2. I did a lot better.
Yeah, that was good. So I got a cup of. That kind of feeds into my number 2.
Well, let me get my number 2.
All right.
All right. My number 2 is just, I didn't train very well this trip. I only had like 400 miles of training, which normally I would do at least twice that, maybe, and for sure get like a 100-mile ride in. The longest ride I had done was 60 miles. So I did okay for that, but there was just sometimes during the day late in the day where you would need to go up a little hill and you would just, tell your legs to go. And then there was just nothing there.
Yeah.
My legs were just cashed. No energy reserves. And it was just like putting the pedal to the metal in your Datsun D210 and just
no difference. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't move at all. So that was kind of frustrating.
That was your number 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, my number 2 was probably like the first 90 minutes of the second day. The second day, you kind of get up, you're just moving slow, eat this kind of gross breakfast. You try to eat a lot, you gotta eat a lot, so your gut doesn't feel good. Your ass is just super sore. Then it's cold outside. It takes a good like 15, 20 miles to really kind of get warmed up.
We had the river or the lake to our right.
Oh, look,
and
it should have been awesome, but it was terrible.
This cliff, cliff to the left.
Just so like, up, down, up. So there's just tons of climbing and
but it was the shade all morning.
Oh, it was cold, yeah.
The sun was out, but it just was not hitting us at all.
So, I mean, it was like, you know, it starts at like 55 degrees and it ends up at 95. So there's just a small sweet spot in there. And the morning was, so finally when I pulled into Polson, and I thought I didn't have enough coffee. So I went to this place, got ignored for it. Finally, he's like, just give me these cappuccino. Just threw it back like a tequila shot. Really helped a lot. But then we caught up with Ken, and our other friend's like, you think you bought an item? I was like, I doubt it, but let's ask him. Hey, can you buy anything when you take a shit at Taco Bell? No, fuck no. Just went in there and just destroyed their bathroom.
Well, I was going to, and you guys were like, let's go, come on. All right. All right, my number 1 tilt. Day 1, I went on a ride like 2 weeks ago, and a friend of mine brought over he just got this bike, wasn't shifting right. I'm like, well, okay, let me figure it out. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, figured it out, all the tricks, did his pretty quickly, so his was shifting perfectly. So I thought, well, I better make an adjustment to mine. I started adjusting it. I spent 2 hours back and forth, just really couldn't get it. So I got it okay, but at the start of the ride, I went and talked to, they got a mechanic there on staff. So I said, hey, look at this one, and he had it dialed in perfect, just so first day rode perfectly. Second day, we get out on the road, and my rear derailleur just won't move. So I've got 3 up front. So basically, I was down from a 21 speed to a 3 speed. And,
that's a major problem.
Yeah. So I could any type of climb, I just couldn't put the gear. I mean, if I hit any type of climb, I go to the highest or the lowest gear I can almost immediately, just because I didn't train that much. And we didn't have any major climbs, so I was okay, but I was pretty tilted about it. Got to the mechanic again, like at 40 miles. So I had to go 40 miles with no support.
That's like 3 hours of riding.
We tried to pull over and do a road fix, and I screwed it all up. I didn't make it worse, but I did not make it better. And then he got to looking at it. Something wrong with my shifter. And he said, you can kind of feather it, just and it would go 1. It would go. So I got it pretty much working, but it was, when you're trying to focus and ride, any little thing, it just takes it out of you.
Yeah, when something is screwed up like that, it's not. And that's my number 1. I'd just gotten my bike tuned up, and it was really good. Like, I had these better tires that were more comfortable. The handlebar tape was nice.
Yeah, you gotta go 25s on your tires, guys. Sorry for your luck away.
And like whenever you're riding, it just always at some points feels like something's dragging you down. So I always check there. But one of my back wheels a little bit out of true, so it kind of, as you spin it, it kind of bumps a little bit. It bumps a brake pad. The brakes were, they had them dialed in great. They really were stopping nice. And I'm like, wow, this was like 160 miles. No, probably 175 miles out of, probably 50 to go.
Yeah.
Real tired by this point. I'm like, I'm not taking any risks of this slowing me down at all. So open the back brake it way up, so then you got to squeeze a lot harder.
Like any minute friction is just gonna destroy us.
So ironically, it's right at this top of this pretty good descent. And like I mentioned before, I love the descents. I like trying to go fast on them. I'm pretty comfortable doing it. A couple factors you really got to think about, or you don't want to be too close to somebody. Cars are obviously a huge one. Rain or sharp turns are real important to know. There's a lot of these you haven't been down before. Side winds. You can actually get, they're actually pretty, you got to pay attention pretty close when you're doing it.
You got to look way ahead.
So my number one tilt is those fucking rumble strips in this, which they used to never have. Like I've ridden this before when I was in high school, and they didn't
like right
exist.
there, right? There's like no gaps, just straight rumble strips.
No gaps. But you get over there, it's like, you know how bad it is in your car. So we start this descent, and a lot of times they're hard to see, and these roads in Montana are not spacious. You got to stay over there because the cars, it's a bunch of assholes and boats, you know, pulling boats, whipping right by you. So I went over one set of them, and luckily this had a gap, but it was like, you know, and I was going about 30.
And anything that's going to jostle you, I mean, you can just...
It rattled me pretty good.
It's not like you have four wheels to kind of keep it stable. I mean, you're...
And then I was like, well, let me back off a little. I don't like braking on descents, but then, of course, my back brakes basically...
Nothing.
It's not giving me anything.
Oh.
So I'm kind of feathering it a little bit, working the front one. I'm still going pretty fast. Now I'm paying more attention to where the rumble strips are. Because they kind of move. They're not in the same place either, right? Just wherever they paint that line, you assume they're 6 inches from the line, but at one point they came way over, couldn't see them, and I ran over them well into the 40s, and it scared the fuck out of me. But it was like a couple of big, you know, big bounces. Oh man!
It's not going to take much to get you.
No,
and then if you hit the pavement at 40, what's that going to do to you?
You got very little protection. It's going to be bad, real bad. So I made it down that descent, which was good, but it kind of ruined it for me. Our other friend Dwayne is much more conservative. He wants to and then we got on one more that you missed that was even better / worse. Very, very steep. This luckily was like a section with 4 lanes, so I just went into the car lane like I'm not even taking a chance, and I bombed it pretty good. And he's like, what? He said, I got up to 32. What's the fastest? So I hit 52 and a half. It was really moving down that sumbitch.
Which is, it's fun, but it just scares you when you think about what could happen.
But then I even got to, I was probably still going 30, and there were some cars starting to whip by me. At 50, you're basically going as fast as they are, so they could see you from quite a ways out, and nobody was really, they were pretty cool at that point. But I was trying to just come through. I thought there'd be there's those ones that have a section you can kind of sneak through onto the, and it was just solid, just like this is now for like a long time. And I was still, you know, I finally whipped through it in the high 20s or so. So that really was not good. I mean, there were a couple, even though I was going real fast, a couple like chuck holes in the road or cracks in the pavement. You get your wheel in one of those and you're gone.
All right, well, overall, pretty good.
Pretty good. Oh, I didn't even...
Go ahead.
I should have had on my list at one point.
Throw it in there.
Right.
Who's stopping you?
1A. All excited for the ride. Been training good. Got the car packed up to leave at, like at 6:30 a.m. Second time I've done this in like 6 months, but I locked the keys in my rig. So I had to fucking call AAA. Some donk had to come out, open the car up. 2-hour wait. You know, right before we did anything. Oh.
Right out of the gate?
Yep. Right out of the gate. Door card. Boom. Yeah, it's like you got 2 kings. You get called by pocket 6s. Door card's a 6, and you just, you know, you're good. Goodbye.
All right.
Yeah, when we did get the music kind of synced up together, then this one came on. We all were really, really loving it. Kicked ass.
All right, act like you've been there. Adios.
We got nothing?
Cranking it.
So it's going. Well, wait till it starts blasting.
Yep. We'll edit this part out, I'm sure.
What happened?
That's no good.
Oh. Okay. Move it ahead a little bit, just so you can...
Great cycling sound.
Yes.
Oh, this was right by some pastures.
Yeah.
Got some cows, horses. Adios.